Here's video number 3 of Eddie installing Russian Lola's solar system, and this one's going to detail the mounting of the panels on the roof, the tilt brackets, and all the wiring on the roof. It's a fairly long one. I think it's almost 30 minutes, but if you watch the first 2, you're probably still interested. Here we go.
Well, now that I've let Eddie get back to work, he got to make the hole a little bigger.
Yeah, it's just that it was off center. I can use it over here. The stainless steel strips out real easy if you're not careful. It's kind of goofy stuff.
We'll get back to business.
Hey, let me get my job done. I'm supposed to put the solar panels in. What the heck?
Getting them to fix my job.
No. I just happen to have the tools.
Yeah. He does. I don't.
Yeah, stainless steel tends to strip out real easy if you're not careful, but there we go.
They're in there.
Next one.
It'd take a hurricane. I know 3 hurricanes to pull those off. All them screws.
That's alright. I gotta re-drill these. I put them on and I forgot we gotta put holes in it for the foot. That's it.
Oh, the drill. Okay.
You know what I mean? 3
Yep, for the screws to hold it down to the roof.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Which ain't a big deal.
Eddie pre-drilled these holes. Well, as you see the panel right here.
That one hasn't been pre-drilled.
Yeah, drill them in here. This mounts here. Feet bolt to there. Well, Ray assembled 2. And there they be on top of the RV.
What's that?
There's the control box where they'll go into.
When you gonna start heading back?
The other 2 will be opposite right there. Looks pretty good. With the contour of the roof.
Go get that done and hop back in. Come on back out.
You can see how they clearing the roof. That was a worry, but no problems. Everything looks good. We got to go to town tomorrow and get some more parts. Finish up the other 2. We're a little short on our parts. But there's my first 2 panels just sitting there.
Yep.
Yay, that's right. Yeah, that's right, Aline. I'm tickled. I'm smiley. I'm all happy. And I can't wait till they make electricity. Like I say, there's the junction box Eddie and I installed yesterday. They all feed into there. Alright, there he goes, going to work.
Holes in the roof.
Oh,
man, Leak City.
Yep. We're going to stick them down now. Everybody's happy, I'm happy. Wives happy.
That's what counts.
That's what counts, as Eddie says. That's what counts. And he brought it in 4 inches from the side of the roof. He measured in 4 inches off the sides.
That way he can do like Mr. Ray.
As you see, we're up here close to the glass, but we're back. I can take a 4-inch piece of a Turnabond and about do that whole window. And the solar panel. Is that what that thing is? Okay.
What's that?
I said, that's what that is.
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, go on.
Kind of sure, maybe.
I wonder what that was on my roof. But,
I thought you just painted black to stay warm in the winter.
yep, get back here and get an angle. Unfortunately, we've not got, just can't quite get back far enough. There's a kind of a shot of them. And I'm excited. We're getting there. We're getting her done. All right, y'all. Here's the feet. As you see, there's 3 holes. 3 holes. The 3 holes are for angling my panel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, what it is you're going to be adjusting that panel depending on where you are, whether you're in the northern part of the United States or if you're down in the southern part in the wintertime. Even up here, there's a little bit of a tilt. I mean, it doesn't make a lot of difference, but if you're parked for a long period of time and you're in an east-west position, you can actually tilt and gain more power.
Okay.
You want these near about perpendicular with the sun.
With the sun.
It goes across the horizon. These can be going. I've got it set up where you can have it at 20%, at 45%, all the way up to a 60%, which you probably wouldn't use that unless you go to Alaska. But I just put those 3 holes in there so that you can do that. You can adjust it.
I got those 3 options.
You've got the 3 options,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
And when we build the prop rods, we'll make them set for a 45, and then you can adjust it depending on if you put these here and move this back and up, or lower if you take and go backwards and put your prop rod more to the inside, so it'll actually adjust it down.
Okay. Okie dokie.
Like you were talking about earlier, right now we're using stainless steel 3/8 bolts and nuts and wing nuts, but someday we might come up with a better idea using, like you said, like a lock ring or something like that. But I got to look into it and figure out what works better.
Something just a little easier.
If we knew everything, it wouldn't be that fun.
That's right. Thank you. He does not want to step off that other side because there's nothing but the awning over there.
Awning's gonna hold my fat butt.
Getting his measurements right. And then we're going to have to flip them over and put our grounds on them. We forgot to put the ground on them. And we will add, what do you call it, Eddie? The sealer up there?
Oh yeah, we're just gonna put a little bit of that putty tape underneath it.
Putty tape, yeah. Under each leg, put a section of putty tape. Marking the legs on the other end.
That kind of helps us line it up, because once we get that putty tape on there, we won't be able to see our holes.
And I hope you heard that he's doing that, so when we put the putty tape, that covers the holes up, so we'll know exactly where to put them back, because they're already pre-drilled.
PV kites get kind of expensive to play with.
Did I get them?
What I'd probably do is not put your Turnabon on until it gets time to settle, because tomorrow, probably not even, we won't even worry about putting your guy core on until tomorrow morning. That way you can come up here and make sure that the screws, because that stuff's going to squish a little bit, this stuff, and that'll give it time to fill in the cracks and crevices and stuff like that.
All right, so tomorrow we'll add the die cord.
Yeah, because this is sealing the holes.
Okay.
So, and we have no chance of rain.
Yeah, no rains.
Supposedly, you know how that goes. Weatherman doesn't
That's
know
right.
about half the time.
We in Wyoming.
Yeah.
Live.
You don't like Wyoming weather, just wait a minute, it'll change.
Yep.
Alright, the other 2 feet.
We got the ground on. So we got the little ground over there.
You see that right there?
Yeah.
That is either your positive or your negative on your solar cell coming in. These little lines come off of the cells where they're charging from the sun, and this runs it over here, and the other one runs the other direction. Well, for some reason something did happen here, which normally they won't, but if it did, that would also help with that ground.
Okay.
It would cause it where it wouldn't Because if you walk up here and that was energized, it was, you know.
Yeah.
Also lightning strike.
Yeah.
It would probably toast the panel, but it would keep that from causing some kind of a problem in your structure.
Okay.
Catching on fire or something like that. Now I've got to do the 2 old panels. I've got the 2 Caracias done, but I've got to take and I never did.
There's my wife. She's climbed the ladder.
All right, that's
As
good.
far as I will go.
As high as low.
I can see. I won't get up here like anything did. Question.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have to come out here and raise these?
Yeah. The main time you want to tilt these is when you're parked somewhere and you're going to be there for a while. And it's in the dead of winter. You know, like down in Arizona. And you already pretty much told me you guys aren't going to be there this year. So it'll probably be your next winter activity. Or early spring. I don't know what you guys got up your sleeve. You're kind of sneaky people. I don't know what you're up to.
Yep.
Thank you, sir.
You want to cut that?
Where the wind blows.
Well, maybe. It's too dull.
Yep.
All right.
Let me put that up. Oh, I'm sorry. The film.
That's all right. You can delete it.
Yeah.
I'll get that one started on that one.
2 good old boys doing whatever 2 good old boys do.
Don't tell Mom.
Oh, don't tell Mama. Okay. See what fun you're missing, Ray?
I don't know. It sounds like Ray was having fun anyway. He's putting in his carpet. Oh.
With Angie.
With Angie. I'm going to have to get after him on that carpet because I like that. That looks pretty neat. Find out
We
what-
need something new in ours too.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Let's go to putting this panel on.
All right.
Flip on it.
Here we go, Ray. Flipping.
But not RVs. We're flipping panels. Good? Alright, you get all the screws in your pocket, mister.
Well, now we are.
Yep.
Yep.
You're getting your wires for your solar panel to our junction box.
Which is right there.
We're hooking it all to the junction box before the solar panels because we're not going to cover them up and all that. We're just going to have each one of the positive wires taped off until we hook it into the solar panel instead of having to fight it. So we start from the top, the bottom, and work up to the top.
But we still got to put one more panel together. Put it down there.
No reason to waste this sun. We'll go ahead and get these 3 fired up and get them going. And
Get some.
we're running the wire for it, but we're just gonna get the lead, just like this one, stripped off and have it ready to go, and just tape the positive off so it doesn't get, you know,
Yep.
send voltage down and short us out or anything like that.
Makes fireworks.
8 amps, you don't get a whole lot of fireworks, but it definitely tells you, you know, it's morning. We're getting closer and closer to finishing though. Get all this stuff done and you'll be out there boonie docking in no time flat. That's what it's all about,
Main
right?
objective.
Go boonie docking.
Me, Lola, and I can go boonie docking.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. That's what it's all about. Get out there and get to doing it. Talking's just talking.
Yep.
Doing what it means.
Got big plans. I hope when we go to Phoenix, see some folks and they're good at asking questions.
And if you need anything to be installed, you can call 252-475-800.
Yes, it.
8034.
Tell them that number again now. That was
252-475-8034. I don't even know what the heck I'd call it if I have a business. Wyoming Solar God.
yeah, that's right. Wyoming Solar God. Thanks to a good, thanks to an old friend, we've come up with a name.
Man, oh man, I don't want to do that though. It's just work.
Oh.
42 degrees yesterday at the coldest.
Here we
Last
are.
night it was 36 or 35, and here we are. It's probably high 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, easy. Especially up here on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
In shorts, I am. Eddie got the pants on.
That's because I don't want to drag my knees around.
Yeah.
I'm going to put knee pads on. I'm going to go ahead and leave my pants on.
You need shade for your legs, Eddie.
What's that?
If you put shorts on.
If I put shorts on, you could turn the sun off. You wouldn't have to worry about solar panels. We'd brighten up the world.
That's what I said.
All four of those get stripped and tied together to that green one.
Yes, they do.
Old number 6.
We'll get us a big old wire nut here in a little bit. We'll just
Yeah.
leave that as is right now, and we'll get them fired up. We got to get that wire nut and all that.
Yep.
But we're going to get each one of these took care of first.
Yep. There it is. It's a big mess of wires.
Well, you know, you got 4 panels coming in the same box, so you're going to have a little bit of a deal there.
Deal there, but
All your blacks are on one side, which is your positives, and all your whites, which is your negatives, is on the other side. Or I used it because we didn't have red and black, so you have neutral. So we use the white as our neutral for ground, so that means I made that for our negative, and our black is for our hots. So there you go.
there we go. Conversation right there. Okay. I was just commenting on the panels sitting close to the roof, and Eddie told me something.
Well, you can kind of see it on this one, although we got it jacked up a little bit. Normally, there's about 2 1/4 inches of space underneath this panel. And if you,
there we go. There we go. That's right.
see, I can stick my hand underneath of it. It's a little bit higher than normal because we're just holding it up. We're still working on things, but it's about 2 1/4 inches. With Z brackets, you're almost dead flat on the top of this roof. And these panels, especially in the summertime, they produce heat as they generate, because that's a dark surface. Put your hand right there. You can feel it yourself. That's good and hot.
Oh yeah.
And that panel is producing energy and it's creating heat because of the dark color. And they need to cool off. And I've seen some that were so blooming hot because the airflow couldn't go under them, because that air under here is nice and cool. With it all the way down to the ground, it gets so hot it keeps that panel from cooling off. And when they get too hot, they don't produce enough electricity. They'll actually derate themselves because they get hot. And I was reading about that, and that told me I needed to step them off the ground a little bit for airflow.
Right on. Cool.
Fitting in it.
I've been wanting to see inside this, so Eddie's gonna take it off for me.
This is one of the few solar panels you can get on larger panels that actually, larger 12-volt panels, that actually has a junction box. Now I really like them. It's a heavy-duty junction box, and the little one that you get on normal, cheaper outfits, I've got a couple of them. A little teeny junction box, and normally the little places where the wires come out comes loose. I got to fix it on my 150 panels because they're not holding proper. This is one of those you pay for it and you get it. Comes with 2 pieces to run your wires in. What we'll do is we'll split that wire up here and we'll run both of them in, a positive and negative, and the other one will come over here and run and go to your ground. You got really good connections for putting your ground on. If you see these little things right here, guys, that right there, can you get a shot of that? Those pieces here and these pieces here are diodes, and if you have problems, they call them for shading. If part of the panel gets shaded, you're still getting power because those diodes will cause it. I think they call them blackout diodes, but I'd have to look it up. But these panels are a whole lot better. Some of them only have 1 or 2, and this one's got 1, 2, 3, 4. It's got 8 diodes for this panel.
Cool.
So that's the reason I kind of like these. They're heavy duty. They're not cheap made panels. They're really quality panels, and they've got a really good name. And Keystone has been in the business doing this solar almost longer than anybody.
Yeah.
And they got a really good name. So sometimes it's better to pay a little bit more for something ahead of time.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. What I'm going to do is hook these wires in here in the seal tight connectors, and then this ground wire is going to come over here, and it's going to go over here to bond on, and then we're going to put some of that silica. Yeah, not the tape, but the for Pete's sakes, black silicone on there, just to protect that. But these are going to be almost completely there. The only reason we're doing that is because there's only a 1/2 inch connector there, and we're not going to fit that big old hunk of wire in there.
Right.
That's why a lot of people just run 2 conductors, but in our area we're unable to find it, and this works out pretty good because we've got a ground also, and they stress that it's a good idea to have a bonded ground. Keystone does. So there you go. These are plastic, are really good, but you don't over tighten them or they go snap. Ground's off this way. And that's hot right there too. But another thing is, it ain't gonna be totally hot until you go down there and plug it in. You won't have your neutrals and your grounds all hooked together. They're still, even though they're up here, they're both still a separate system until we put them all together. That's it about right there, and that gives us enough leeway that it doesn't hold on too tight. My wife doesn't think it's very nice.
Some more of the anti-corrosive, antioxidant. Is that it?
It's called Ideal No-Ox Antioxidant Joint Compound. Reduces galling, seizing, promotes good ground conductivity. So it's just all around good stuff. Sounds like Budge wants it all.
Yeah, he's happy. He won.
Don't be a sore winner.
Skunked.
That's all it takes to hook up that panel right there. A negative and a positive. And like I said, we're throwing in a ground just because they recommend it. It's just a whole lot better of a deal to have it grounded, because there's a chance. There was a guy talking about he had, I think he had like between 6 to 8 panels on the roof of his camper, and he lost his first panel in a lightning storm, and it ran through his regular wiring and really ruined a lot of his electrical equipment and his solar system. And he said there was a chance if he had grounded his panels, he wouldn't have had that problem, because what's the highest thing on your camper? 2 things, and that's your TV antenna and then your solar panels that's conductive. And he said it probably would have saved his butt if he had it grounded. And it's just one more wire. That's
well, yeah, I always thought most things have to be grounded, for that purpose.
Well, you're talking about the RV industry now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Plus, now if you put solar panels on the roof of your house, most areas require you to ground the panel or the array the panel is hooked into. If you've got a steel array and they're and the panels are all on that particular mount, then that whole thing is grounded. That you got to ground that whole thing. But whatever you got it on, you're supposed to have it grounded.
Screwdriver.
Yeah, there you go. What's wrong?
There's one up here.
Flat blade. Hey, that's a little flat blade, but we'll get started with it. But yeah, you're in. When you're talking house-wise, it is supposed to be grounded. Now, when it comes down to ours, Yeah, we don't have a ground rod when you're boondocking hanging out of your, you don't go out there and put a ground rod in the ground, but you do have the legs to your, the legs for your landing jacks and your regular scissor jacks, and they go down and they touch the ground. So we can consider those being the closest thing to the ground what we got. It's better than just having a big energized, battery, in a sense. All right, moving on to the next one.
All right, there's a panel hooked up. Yeehaw. This is how I mounted my brackets. Put my little brackets on there. I got these pins in it, as you see. I have the same setup on the other side. So what I can do is tilt it either direction. I got an 18-inch rod made out of the same material as this, and I can pick this side up, go to the other side and tilt it this way, and put the pins in. I know they're sitting way up in the air, but it's the way I like them. Pins on my key. Take them out, move them, pick the panels up, put the rod in and tilt them.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the videos that Eddie and Rush sent me. I sure learned a lot of good stuff in those videos. Very informative and fun too. They're quite the pair. So I hope to meet up with Rush and Lola at some point. Hopefully we'll cross paths and I'll be able to take my camera and go right through his system and see it all finished up. He has a Magnum inverter in there, and I didn't get very good footage on it, so I haven't included that yet. But they installed the inverter and several inverter outlet boxes all through the rig. So hopefully we'll have a few more videos on this whole install once I get some more footage on that. So till next time, it's Ray from Lovey RV. Happy trails and cheers.